Hey, thanks everybody for joining us today. Live Music Nation Podcast Festival Edition. Today we are with Brittani Beaver. She is with the Collierville Balloon Festival. Brittani, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Brittani, give us a little background on you. Where'd you grow up? Talk just a little bit about your family and your career.
Yeah, so I grew up in Arlington, Tennessee, a small suburb outside of Memphis. Um, Married my husband 10 years ago. We have three beautiful kiddos. Um, got into nonprofit work about 7 years ago officially. Have always volunteered for the Ronald McDonald House and different opportunities we have in Memphis through St. Jude, and just really fell in love with that line of work, making a difference everywhere you go. So 7 years ago, I started in our small town where we lived and just progressed from there. So when we moved back closer to home, the opportunity for the Collierville Balloon Festival was open, and I was excited to take it on, something that could make a difference exactly where we live, but still work close to home.
Perfect. Okay, let's jump into the festival. For those people who have never been there and are looking forward to coming for the first time, when they get there, what are they going to see? What are they going to smell? And what are they going to smell, meaning food? And what are they going to
Mm.
hear, meaning music, environment, carnival, the activities you have going on?
Yeah, so we have everything. The second people hit the property, they can instantly smell the funnel cakes and the Prano pups and the all the good carnival food. And we even have a hibachi truck and all of those good foods we have to offer. We have a full carnival, so we've got the tilt-a-whirl and all of those fun, brings back memories of going to the carnival as a kid. We have bounce houses and obstacle courses for the kids that they just love to live on pretty much. Parents can go enjoy the live music, kids go have fun in the kid zone. We do have live music both Saturday and Sunday night, and we are really excited. Hopefully we'll be announcing this year's lineup really soon. We have some really exciting names coming, not just local, but some bigger names as well. So we're really excited to put that out this year.
That's that's fantastic. Give us some ideas, entertainment in the past. What have you had?
So entertainment in the past, we've had a lot of local bands, which Memphis isn't short on talent, to say the least. We are busting at the seams with musical talent. So we've had bands. Almost Famous is a huge band in Memphis and has a big following. So pretty much anywhere they go, a crowd's going to follow. We've had a couple small startup local artists with just them and their guitar on stage, and made it a little bit more home kind of sit down feel. Pair the live music with the hot air balloons in the background, and you get the coolest backdrop, the most vibrant experience that all of our event goers say, okay, so when is next year? We're ready for next year already. So you don't really get this kind of atmosphere at a lot of festivals.
That's great. For you, what is the reward in this for you?
So what we do, we're a 501c3 nonprofit. We put this event on not just to give the community a wholesome, family-friendly event to enjoy for the weekend, but we raise money for education initiatives throughout Memphis and the Mid-South. So we're giving to the Rise to Read programs through Rotary clubs. We're helping give for grants for teachers, for equipment for their classroom. When we are putting money back into those next generations and making sure that those future generations have all the tools that they need to be successful, it gives me hope for what tomorrow looks like in the world.
Very good. All right, let's go back. We kind of glanced over the food. Let's talk about the food out there. This is
Oh, it's
this
good
is
food.
this is Memphis, so we know you got the barbecue. What are some of
Oh,
the
we
other
do.
things? What are some of the other things you've got going on there with food?
So we've got the steak, Philly cheesesteak sandwiches going on. We have an awesome vendor who's coming all the way from Texas who specializes in the roasted nuts. And we have a cotton candy gourmet
There you
cafe
go.
that's coming. We've got, of course, all the good fried foods. So we've got a great vendor that specializes in the funnel cakes and the fried corn dogs. And we even have the typical fair food, the turkey legs and burgers and French fries. I think I'm most excited about there's an ice cream truck that's coming and they do ice cream nachos. So you get waffle cone chips with ice cream scoops on the side and they pile it high.
You're selling it now. Now you're selling it. Now people are packing their cars right now.
That's right. So we have something for everybody, quite literally.
Very good. Brittani, talk about the impact this has on your community.
So in our community, well, last year's event, we had 20,000 in attendance, which, you know, for a festival on its second year last year, that was huge. So we're fully planning to exceed that attendance this year. But last year we were able to give over $140,000 to education initiatives throughout the Mid-South region. And we've already seen some of that money do some great stuff. An interactive zone for special needs kids 30 minutes down the road, and they unveiled that a couple weeks ago. We're already hearing from last year's round. We had one teacher who was able to be funded a grant that gave her a solar system projection in her classroom.
Oh, wow.
So we are really starting to see that as we get into year 3, the impact that this is making just beyond, hey, we gave money. This is really starting to touch lives, and we're starting to see that.
Great, great. Now, the other thing we didn't touch on is with the balloon festival, is there a morning launch and an evening launch or just evening?
There is, yes. So we have morning launch, which is so fun. And of course, I love to get out of bed at 4 o'clock in the morning. But it's so worth it. So even all of our volunteers that volunteer tirelessly in so many hours, they say we're so tired, but it's so great to see. So we have beautiful pictures of all over Collierville, Tennessee, with these hot air balloons in the air. Then in the evening, we have tethered rides. If you don't want to, go completely up and away, you just want to reach a certain level, we offered those. And then in the evening on Saturday and Sunday night, we have what's called a balloon glow, where they light up the balloons to music. And that is really, if you haven't ever seen that in person, it's just a beautiful sight to see.
Yeah. No, that's great. Okay. 2 questions, because I am in live entertainment and live music. I always ask these 2 questions. Number 1, what is the best concert you've ever been to your entire life?
Oh, the best.
The best.
That's a tough one. I would probably have to say 2012 Bon Jovi in Memphis.
2012
that was pretty epic.
That would be good. Okay, dead or alive, you could bring one musical act. Money's not an issue to the Collierville Balloon Festival. Who would you bring?
Oh gosh, money is not an issue. That's a big question. I would have to say one of our board members, he's great. He is a diehard David Nail fan and has just been on that for years.
A good Missouri boy.
Say that again.
He's a good Missouri boy. Yeah.
Yes. And so that would just bring his heart's desire. Personally, I would probably be really keen for a good Backstreet Boys or NSYNC, but
absolutely.
We try to offer music for all generations, which is our lineup this year really reflects that. We have a little bit of new and a little bit of old.
That's awesome. Fantastic. Okay. I've been selfish this morning. I've asked all the questions. Let's give you an opportunity to ask a question. What would you ask me?
Well, you've done so many awesome interviews. Who was your absolute favorite to interview?
Who was my favorite interview? Okay. I'm going to go all the way back to the beginning, because we were in the midst of COVID when this happened. And there was a gentleman that used to be located here in the Midwest and managed one of the arenas. And he made 2 moves, one to California and then back to San Antonio. they were getting ready to open the first virtual reality concert hall. It was an arena, actually. It still is. It's being built. I think it may be done now. But the goal of this was to provide a room, a stage, and with, I can't remember how many interactive cameras they were going to have to allow musical acts come in and provide a virtual reality concert for their followers. They could charge ticketed events. And I just really thought it was innovative. It's a little bit ahead of its time. I don't think that we all want to sit with a virtual reality camera or, vision to watch a concert. But listen to this. There's going to be a time, 10 or 15, maybe longer, years down the road, where we can actually put a bodysuit on. We can put those virtual reality goggles on, and we will be able to feel the vibration of the bass from the stage hitting you. We'll be able to feel your neighbors spilling their beer on you. If you want to go into a mosh pit, you can feel that. I don't know how it's going to happen, but I know that we're headed that way sometime as we go through this. So that was probably the interview that took me by surprise the most, just because of his innovation and his vision forward. So that kind of stood out the most. And then sometimes I get an interview and they look like somebody that I grew up with, or they look like somebody that I was associated with in business. And those are always kind of cool too, as they go through there. Fantastic question, Brittani. Nice job. Very good. How do people find out more about the Collierville Balloon Festival?
ColliervilleBalloonFestival.com. We have all of our info on there. And then, of course, we're on all social media channels. So we're on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, all the good things.
That's perfect. Brittani, thanks for joining us today. I appreciate it.
Thanks so much for having me. I appreciate it.
Well, baby, I'm on